Hello everyone, and welcome back to another anime episode review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hi, everyone.
Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 5, entitled Renoa University of Magic. Had to close one of my recording tabs to look at that. Renoa University of Magic. This was a good episode.
It was good.
It is kind of a setup episode where it's like, okay, we're here at the university, right? Let's look around a little bit. Let's meet some of the characters. Let's have Rudeus meet some of the characters, right? That kind of thing. And all in all, I really enjoyed it. I'm thoroughly glad that Volume 8 is kind of taking its time. I enjoyed the setup here because the university. The setup's important because these are characters we'll be seeing a couple of times. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Because I know we talked about it a little bit beforehand, where it's important to have slower paced moments to break up like action and tension. And like this episode, I don't dislike this episode. I did like this episode, just not as much as the other ones being, the peaks of our function.
Don't worry. There will be episodes this season to compete with the erectile dysfunction arc starting.
There's going to be goodies. And that's the thing. I see it more so like how you described it, where it is a setup episode. With a big arc like this, it needed an episode like this to set up the pieces, so then everything else is allowed to happen. Because in this episode, we get to see him go to the magic school. We get to learn more about it. We get to see more of the students. It's pretty, it's setting up a lot of the pieces here. It's setting up the dominoes, so it'll be a lot more fun when you knock them down. Yeah, we get to the magic school, and we get stuff that happens at the magic school. It's nothing crazy, but it is building to something grander, and I like that.
Yeah. So, without further ado, you want to just get into it, Kyle?
Let's get into it then.
So we come in, and Rudeus and Elise coming into Sharia. So the city is Sharia, and it's the country of Renoa. It's the Renoa University of Magic. I think maybe it's the kingdom of Sharia. I think it's the magical city of Sharia. I am never beating the fake fan allegations. I'm pretty sure it's the magical city of Sharia. At the Renoa University of Magic.
You can name anywhere, and you can name any location. I can tell you with absolute certainty where it exists in the world of Mushoku Tensei.
I am such a fake fan, and I apologize profusely for that. We have them arriving, and they go to talk to Genus, or Genius, as the subs put it.
And I hate that.
So they go in, and they meet with them. Just a hi, how you doing? We're glad you're here. And he's like, oh yeah, Roxy. So this guy knows Roxy a little bit. And Rudeus was like, that's Roxy Sama to you. Or Roxy Sensei. I can't remember which honorific he is. Again, I'm such a fake fan today, dude. I'm never beating the fake fan allegations.
You know what makes me most upset about this scene?
What?
Is that this guy has the fucking audacity to hear all these stories about Rudeus and is like, I might need to put on a little test.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you? You're about to give the dude free tuition for 7 years. I think the least they could do is check your ACT score.
That's fair, but beats a red dragon. We gotta see if it's worth it.
Well, he didn't see him beat the red dragon. He had to make sure, because stories can be embellished, especially
true.
Here where it's like mail and news is slow, so it's like word of mouth spreading stuff. Stories can be embellished, and then also this might be someone pretending to be him.
I'm just trying to find a reason to hate this guy, because I hate his name.
Dude, it's just Genus. You can call him Penis if you want.
Okay, never mind. I think that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what he does. They talk for a bit. They get a little introduced into what's going to happen, and then he's like, "Well, let's put a little test here. We're gonna have you with like a duel. No killing anyone. No murdering. This isn't Rain of the Seven Spellblades. Can't do that.
Yeah.
So." He has a little duel against Sylphia, or otherwise, the alias that she's currently going under, Fitz, Silent Fitz. And the fight ends as soon as it begins, basically, because what they're doing is...
Sylphie's a fraud, dude. Fitz is a fraud, dude. Fitz is never beating the fraud
Freudian
allegations.
slip? Who's Sylphie? Freudian slip?
Dude, who's Sylphie? That's crazy.
So, because what they're doing is, it's like, oh, well, you're an incantationless caster. Well, this person is too. Let's see you two duel. And he incantationlessly casts like disrupt spell, and then just knocks Fitz on. I'll go with the bit. I'll go with the bit. Knocks Fitz on his feet or like on his back.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh crap! Did I just embarrass this like student in front of everyone who's like my senior? And so he tries to be nice, like sticks out his hand and is like, all right, Fitz, I'll like. That was a good duel, and helps Fitz up. It's a nice moment.
Yeah, no, it's a cool little duel because, we kind of had with the adventurers Rudeus, like we know that he's like strong and stuff,
turbo powerful.
But this kind of gives him kind of like a metric to be weighed against because Fitz is the other silent spellcaster at the school.
Yeah,
and like
it's not a good metric, but a metric.
He's pretty well regarded, and Rudeus just kind of takes him out, right? So we also, I think this is interesting detail. Fitz doesn't know disrupt magic, and so that's like, well, I mean, that was Orsted's technique.
Yeah. Oh, also, what I was gonna say, I appreciate the setup of their relationship now, because I think it could be done. Like, I'm not gonna comment on this trope as a whole, but like the trope of Reeve meeting each other later on, where one person knows who the other person is and the other one doesn't. I think the author's doing it pretty well here because the hair color's changed. It's been many years later. Wears glasses a lot. It's not like it doesn't feel like a guy. And posing as a guy, because in a lot of series it can feel frustrating where it's like, how do you not know that this person is that? But I made a joke about it when they're in the library, and I was like, don't worry, Brandon, I'm only joking, because like there's absolutely no way that he would know.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean, I'm very glad, Kyle, because there are people who get hung up on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they get hung up on that Rudeus should know?
Yeah.
How? I mean,
exactly how?
Well, okay. Last they saw each other, they were 5, right?
Me when I had a blonde childhood friend, and then at college I meet a black-haired twink male wife, and I'm like,
me when my 5-year-old blonde female friend, and I meet a gray-haired 15-year-old supposed male wearing glasses who looks and acts and seems nothing like the person I knew. I did the thing.
And then doesn't tell me. That's crazy. That's crazy how that works.
Like, I don't get how people can get hung up on that detail. Like, I was only joking when I said it, but like, yeah, there's realistically, like, what?
No, I thought, I mean, like, I didn't think you, like, knew, like, the extent of it.
No, I mean,
no, there are people that get hung up on it. It's crazy.
People who get hung up on that wire, untangle yourself, please. It's not really worth getting hung up on.
So true. All right, after the little duel, you have Rudeus and Ellenelise. Well, she's in her school uniform. Wowzers! What, did I say something? You have them, and they go to the little entrance ceremony thing where you have Ariel. You learn that she's the student council president here. So Ariel is the student council president. Kind of neat. And then she gives her a little speech, and Rudeus is like, "Oh, it was boring, but she's pretty charismatic." Yeah, Ariel's pretty charismatic. Just kind of subtle setup of
typical stuff. Yeah, just setting up stuff. Nothing
building
too
where
exciting.
We're at the university. Ariel's here. She's the president. You have Luke and Fitz who are next to her. That kind of thing. Cool, right? And then
he goes to homeroom.
And we meet a colorful cast of characters. Kyle.
Merry Band of Misfits.
That's an alliteration. You're a big alliteration guy.
Yeah, me.
Huge alliteration guy.
Huge illiterate guy.
We are Chainsaw Man fans. That means we're illiterate. We can't read. We actually can't.
You could insert "we're blank fans" here.
Dude, we're Jujutsu Kaisen fans. We can't read. Dude, we're One Piece fans. We can't. Dude, we're JoJo's fans. We can't read.
Yeah, you could throw in anything there. But yeah, anyway. So it's, let me try to remember. Cliff. No particular order to introduce. It's Cliff, Zenoba, and I'm gonna need to hang out with the other characters more to get their names, because it's the cat, the beast person, the dog beast person, and then they're like a missing student, which I think from the OP is like the short, like I saw it was like a shorter, like longer haired kid or something. I think. I don't know, like I don't remember their names, but I remember Cliff because he's established, and Zenoba because Zenoba's funny.
Yeah. So you have Linnea, who is the cat person.
Oh
cat
yeah,
girl.
I have to remember because if would you like to
because
explain
the manga, well, it's so weird because in her introduction at the end of a volume, they translated her name as Linnea, and then since then the official manga has translated her name as Linear. It's
Zolo.
Solo. That's so true. You also have some old translations translate her name as Rinia. So some people
That's
call her,
fine.
but it's Linnea. You know what you call it.
Rini is fine, but yeah,
And you
I'll
have
have to
the
remember.
dog girl Persena, who.
She says something weird.
So, Persena's catchphrase in the manga and light novels, right, is fuck. She says it a lot.
Yes.
But they can't.
An amazing catchphrase.
They can't, but they can't. So she said that. So she said that other word. Yeah, her whole bit is she talks like extremely like cursing like every other word.
Okay.
And so I read a comment that said like the dog doesn't say fuck, and I was like, no, it's ruined. It's ruined.
Is that word like fuck in Beast People?
Maybe.
That I want to fuck
no,
Beast People.
honestly, that's probably how they got around it. That probably is it in Beast God.
How am I less of a fake fan than you are?
You're the real fan. You're the real fan here, dude. I am a disgustingly fake fan right now.
You didn't hear the bit I said. I said not that I want to fuck Beast People.
Oh no, dude! I'm a fake Mushoku Tensei fan. I'm feeling attracted to adult women. No.
Yeah, we get introduced to everyone. They talk a little bit,
and then the mystery student, Miss Silent, as her name is presented here, and she doesn't have to go to homerooms. Yeah, no, I think that this is
special.
Fun. You have, Zenoba reunites with him, and Zenoba goes a little crazy, and he's like, so that good to see good old Zenoba doing his things, going a little wacky. Talks with Linnea, and he talks with Persena, and he talks with Cliff a little bit.
Yeah, and that was an interesting scene right there where Cliff is like, it's like, how do you know I'm a swordsman? He goes, Eris told me, and he's like, Eris, and then because I'm still thinking these two are gonna fight at some point. Like, hey, I want to see them fight, and you're not like a. Oh god, I can't believe I want to make this comparison. I'm going to throw up a little bit inside when I say this. I kind of want it to be like a fight, kind of similar to like season 3's of like Deku versus Bakugo, where like it's just like a very pointless endeavor, but they're doing it anyway. Where it's just like, as you're watching them fight, you're like, you guys shouldn't be fighting, and they're just fighting anyway. I feel like that's kind of the vibe that a fight between them would give off of like, what's the point in this? Like, we're only like, why are we even fighting? And they're just fighting as hard as they can. That's kind of the vibe I want to get from a fight between them.
I haven't seen My Hero.
That's why I'm saying I feel disgusted because, sorry guys, I'm not a big My Hero fan. Maybe we'll cover that at some point. But like that fight, like the concept of it was interesting to me looking back, and I was like, yeah, if these two were to fight, I feel like it'd be similar to where it's like, let's fight, even though there's like no reason to. Like, why are we even fighting? They're just doing it out of like pettiness even though that's not in My Hero. Point being, like, I get similar vibes to a hypothetical fight between them, and I do want them to fight at some point. I'll be very disappointed if they don't fight, because just from the buildup of Cliff in that OVA episode, it's like he's just this like overly braggy talented person who, like, even when he first met Rudeus, didn't he just like go off about everything he knew?
Yeah, he was like, I'm advanced in all combat classes. Advanced in healing, detoxification, and something else I can't remember off the top of my head. And he said
curses.
Was it curses? That could have
fake fan.
I am such a fake fan. And he says I'm a beginner in barriers, but I'll be intermediate soon.
He is just whipping out his metaphorical dick size of like, here's how much I know. He's like trying to like size himself up to Rudeus to be like, yeah, I'm better than you. And I feel like there might be a point where Rudeus like, all right, I had enough of your shit, guy. Let's just take it to the battlefield and we're gonna fight. I want them to fight like that, guys. I want to see two high schoolers essentially beat the fuck out of each other. I think it'd be really funny.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. So anyway, we meet all them, and then after that, isn't it? He goes to the library. Yeah, so he goes to the library because he's there to cure his his mental illness of erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Where he was talking to Genus on the walk, and he's like, do you have any classes talking about mental illness? And that whole scene, and then after the scene ended, Kyle was like, he's like, I might be dumb, but who is he talking about? Who has a mental illness? I'm like, Kyle, he has ED. And Kyle was like, oh yeah, I didn't think that he was referencing like a mental illness.
I've always thought it was more just like I don't know, like full, if you will, mechanisms behind ED, but I didn't think it was classified as a mental illness. It seemed more like just like a physical thing.
I think that could also be like Rudeus referencing it as a mental illness.
I
don't think he could just come out and say, "Hey, Genus, my cock ain't working."
Genius, my G.
Can I call your friend?
Can I call you teacher son? I need help getting my rocket to launch. And then he's like, "What's a rocket?"
And he's like, "Let me show you."
No.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Part 5, Fugo's backstory anime. Oh no!
No way.
Yeah. It was awkward phrasing. At least I thought it was weird phrasing. But anyway, yeah, he goes to the library because he remembers what the man god told him of you will cure your ED if you look into the mana calamity, the thing that swapped everyone around. Looking at that. And so he starts looking around for it, and he's found some books, and then he encounters Fitz at one point in the stairwell of the Grand Archives.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for the trouble I caused you. I promised to get you a box full of chocolates." It's like, "Oh no, it's good. This is just."
Is that what he actually says?
Yeah, that's what he actually said.
I forgot.
Uh-oh. Looks like the fake fan pants are on the other man now.
No! Quick, how many younger than 18 girls were outside when Rudeus was there at the end
34.
Scene? You know what? I'm okay with being the fake fan now. I'm okay with being the fake fan now.
So this is just a nice little scene between them. They're kind of like, where Fitz is like, he's like, what are you studying? And Rudeus is like, oh, I'm studying, teleportation magic. I was actually originally from Fitoa. My family's been found, but I have a friend still missing. So he doesn't mention his mom specifically here.
She's not missing.
Dude, fake fan pants right back on, dude. Right back on, dude. I'm never beating the allegations. Allegations,
I don't want
dude.
The pants. I don't want the pants after what you just demonstrated.
Okay. Dude, you gotta be a fake fan then. Only the big boys get to wear the pants.
Eris is at the time of this 17.
Kyle.
Oh no!
They're staying on. You ain't getting them. You're too good of a fan, dude. You're too big of a fan. What can I say? You're just too big of a Mushoku Tensei fan.
I'm becoming one of them.
So it's just it's a nice little scene between the two of them. Just kind of building up their relationship a bit more. It's nice, right? It's nice. It's kind of like. Fitz learns like, oh, Rudeus is looking for a friend. That's nice. And they go on about.
She is that friend.
That's so true. And then she recommends a book. Someone's travels through the teleportation labyrinth or something.
Yeah.
As a starting point. And so that's cool. That's interesting. So obviously we as the audience, knowing that this is Sylphie, she's probably looked into it some too, which is neat. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
She knew where to start.
After this, isn't this where they go? Where he's eating outside with Zenoba and is like, "Hey, we'll practice with magic soon." And then Puke shows up.
That is his name, dude. That is his name.
Yeah, they're just sitting there, and then this was like one of the scenes of this episode. It was like he's like, he shows up and he's talking. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're that guy with the princess." And then he's like, "Huh, can't even bother to like know who I am." And Rudeus introduced himself. He's like, "You can't even recognize me. Don't even know who I am." He's like, "Sorry, I don't know who you are." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm Luke. No, hang on, don't tell me. Notos.
Yeah. I'm keeping the pants.
Notos, gray rat. Yeah.
Yep.
And he says that, and he's like, "Oh, sorry." And then Luke just acts like a snooty bitch and just leaves.
Yeah, Luke has his women, as Luke does. The thing, he's like, yeah, Fitz told me about you. You're pretty forgetful, aren't you?
Yeah.
So he's kind of being like, oh yeah, you forgot who Fitz was. That's kind of cringe, bro.
And then after that,
and then this is
Zenoba
also
pulls out.
this is explicitly saying, what you call it, like, oh yeah, Rudeus is like him meeting Luke and being like, oh, so I guess we're cousins, and Zenoba being like, yeah, and basically this is the scene kind of catching Rudeus up on who Ariel and Luke are and Fitz.
Yeah,
because it's Zenoba's like, yeah, she's royalty from Asura. She has her 2 knights. She came here after she failed to take the throne, that kind of thing.
He pulls out their baseball cards and reads their stats to Rudeus.
Yeah, just basically catching Rudeus up. Cool.
Yeah, just updating him. And then we certainly get one of the scenes of all time.
Dude, Rudeus is walking in front of the girls' dormitory.
Okay. Yeah. So that is Fitz, right? Like that was Fitz that did it.
Yes,
you're not gaslighting me.
I'm not gaslighting you at all.
All right.
That
so what happens is
it was an accident.
He's late into the night at the library. The sun's setting, and he's like, I guess I should head back. And he's walking along, and a pair of panties flies out the window, and he grabs it. And then you just hear like, oh my god, he's stealing her panties. And then like he just gets swarmed by like, what'd you say? What is the fake Mushoku Tensei fan say? 34 women?
Yeah.
34 girls. He gets swarmed by a flock of girls, and in most other cases he'd be okay with it, but in this case, he's in trouble.
I'll be real with you, Kyle. You were saying he was formed by a flock of I was like women, girls. I was like, bro, forgot.
I didn't.
Look, Kyle,
I don't actually
Kyle,
know.
I know that you're the bigger Mushoku Tensei fan here.
No.
At least I know about women.
The opposite sex. Yeah, he gets swarmed, and he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. And then from the heavens descends a grotesque creature.
Dude, she is a beautiful young maiden. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to process what you just said. Anyway, what's her name?
Galierade. I'm a fake fan. I'm not like the pronunciation.
Can you type that out?
Galierade.
Can you type it out and send it to me? I'll try to pronounce it.
Galierade.
Here, can you send it to me? All right.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, this grotesque absolute unit who somehow is a woman jumps down and is like, oh, those are Ariel's panties. You're not getting away with this. And then grabs his wrist and it's like, we're gonna teach you a lesson you won't forget. And then he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. And then Fitz shows up and is like, hey, leave him alone. He didn't do anything wrong inherently. I was cleaning. I dropped those. Also, wait a minute. Just process something. He didn't question why Fitz was like in the girl. Well, it could be because Fitz was like doing like.
Yeah, I mean that's the explanation. Is that Fitz?
Okay,
handles,
I thought
her magic knight. Yeah.
I thought I was just like, aha! I thought I got ahead of the series.
Of course, also out of universe, not like out of universe, but like out of Rudeus' perspective, like from our perspective, knowing that it's Sylphie. I'm pretty sure they share a room, or Sylphie is like in the room right next to hers.
Yeah. But anyway, so she shows up and is like trying to clear up the misunderstanding, and this, whatever her name is like, no, Rude, like, what excuse is there? And then it's like me when a new student who doesn't know what he's doing and is like gets lost and like picks up a lost article of clothing. What? Yeah, so that's basically what Sophie Fitz, whatever, tries saying. Like, yeah, he's lost. I don't know where he is. Like, how's he supposed to know? Am I missing any details there?
No, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much. I was searching for her name, and anytime
And
I tried to
then-
look it up, the only thing that came up was Ghislaine.
And then, begrudgingly, she's like, "Grr, okay, I guess you got out the hook this time, but next time you'll get so lucky," and throws him on the ground. And it's like, wow, okay, fuck you.
Dude, she's just a fair, innocent young maiden. You're
No,
gonna be mean to her like that?
No, I will be mean to her. Because what the fuck? This is like the. If I had to make a comparison, right? Every other character would be like, normal JoJo design. This would be like the Part 6 Ghoulish Goblin design.
This is One Piece, bro.
You're right. No, let's go to One Piece. One Piece. Let's make that comparison. This is like the. What's the guy's name in? No, Pound. Like the Pound guy.
Yeah, Pound.
Yeah, like this is like the really weird, goofy parts of your brain. This is like the intrusive thoughts must have won out in the author's brain to make this character.
Just goes crazy like that.
Some mental war was lost within the author. Anyway, so that happens, and he doesn't get in trouble because Fitz is there to help, and then they go to talk, and
yeah,
you can fill in the details. I don't remember like exactly what they talk about.
They're talking, Fitz is like, yeah, sorry, I handle the princess's laundry, I dropped that kind of thing. Just a nice little conversation. I'm trying to remember the exact words that was.
I can say what I thought, because when I first saw that scene, I thought it was like in the 1 nanosecond my brain had to process. It showed like a person really quickly, and I was like, oh, it looked like a blonde person, and it like something dropped. I thought it was one of the people with Luke setting this up, and I thought that Fitz stepping in was like gonna just to cover for Rudeus, and then Brain explained it was like genuinely an accident. I was like, oh, okay, so like just genuinely a fuck up, and then they talked for a little bit.
So the only thing that's said at the end is just like Sylvie just kind of explains that, and Rudeus is like, thank you, and Sylvie is like, it's kind of weird hearing you thank me, and Rudeus is also, this is also where Rudeus is like, he's like, I'm gonna call him Fitz Senpai out of respect. Fitz Senpai, funny Fitz Senpai.
Mr. Fitz.
Yeah, Mr. Fitz. That's an entirely other discussion on how honorifics are translated. That's an entirely different discussion.
It's whatever, but yeah, he decides to show his respect.
Yeah, and he's like, thank you, and Fitz is like, well, it's weird hearing you thank me, and Rudeus is like, why? And Fitz is like, tee, it's a secret. You know what you call it. And Rudeus blushes, dude. He's gay. He's gay. Oh my god, he's gay, as I said during the episode. And I was like, that's a pretty good episode title, so I need to make sure to say it in recording as well, so it's not clickbait.
Is gay gonna be the cure?
That is certainly an interesting question there, Kyle.
I was only making a bit. Please, honest to God, please don't tell me that that's true.
That is certainly an interesting question.
No, I can't avoid the fake. I can't avoid the real fan allegations.
Maybe you'll find out during the Rudeus Oppenheimer arc.
No.
What about the COVID arc, dude? Maybe you'll find out during the COVID arc. Maybe you'll find out during the ReZero arc. That goes crazy.
I hope not. And that's another plate of cookies for another glass of milk.
All right. So overall, Kyle, we already gave our overall thoughts. Overall,
talking about it, I'll say talking about it more has certainly helped elevate my thoughts. It's like when you get to talk about it, it's
talk about it, get to
more positive,
fill in some stuff. Kind of.
I never thought it was a bad episode before recording. Yeah. It's still not as action-packed as the others, but that's okay, because again, you need the slower-paced arcs to set up for the higher-paced arcs. Even boss rush games sometimes break it up by having like walks to boss rooms. You got to have something to break up the tension. So,
Yeah.
this is what I saw the episode more so as. It's setting the puzzle pieces, it's putting the pieces together, so that way, like, it's just getting the establishment done with. So then we can be like, no way, Rudeus on his gay arc.
The Rudeus gay arc, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait.
The Glizzy Gladiator arc.
No way, Rudeus gobbles 100 glizzies, real, not clickbait. That should be the episode title.
Like you can do a lot with the school setting, and I feel like Mushoku Tensei, it does enough. Like it is one of those series where like the twists are really good, and not even like big twists, like not like turning points, but like the moments that catch you off guard, they really catch you off guard. And I feel like taking a simple premise like a school setting, they're gonna do a lot of fun. I feel like the author's gonna do a lot of fun stuff with it.
I'm looking forward to it. Something that I really enjoy just seeing the school animated, like getting to see like the school and everything. We get to see some of it in the manga, right? Seeing it like in the anime, it's like it's really cool. It's really cool to be here,
Yeah.
I really am quite enjoying it.
What was the next episode title? I Don't Want to Die.
Yeah, I Don't Want to Die.
That is like that thing I just said.
I just remembered right after that. I was like, huh? I was like, what is? I was like, oh yeah. No, I know it. Yep, I remembered.
Rudy Heimer arc.
I'm beating the fake fan allegations this time. I beat the fake fan allegations this time.
You can have the pants back. I don't want them.
I'm still wearing them. Well, if you're this far in the video, obviously there's something you like. So make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what your favorite part of the episode was. Once again, thank you all for watching the series. It's always very fun to have you all comment and talk with us about it, and to see your guys' thoughts on it. So thank you all for that.
Wait! Before we go, I have one thing. To know who made it this far in the video, I want people to comment. Yeah, I want to do something like this. I'm curious. Okay. Brandon is the one who translates. I want to know who your guys' favorite and least favorite characters are so far. So like 1 to 3 each.
1 to 3 each.
So, I'm curious to see if there's like a consistency of like who's at the. I'd say like avoid who's that little snot from the arc where it's
Pax. Yeah,
Pax. Like stay away from like obvious choices. Like give me some controversial choices. I'm guessing there are a lot of controversial choices.
Least favorite heiress. I'm gonna delete your comment. That's just what happens. Sorry, bud. I don't make the rules. I do make the rules though.
Controversial opinions if you have them. I'm curious.
Yes. Well, thank you all for watching. We certainly hope you all enjoyed. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.